What's going on, everybody? This is Clark Beckham, former runner-up of American Idol. You're watching Idol Breakdown. We have so many contestants to talk about. So let's start with Pink Penny.
I know you wanted me to stay, but I can't ignore the crazy.
She's got the Pink Penny Club, which is a really good idea for branding, but also she's a really good singer. I was encouraged when she started and immediately she was like, hi, okay, now I'm going to sing. And started doing that with her face. I was like, all right, she's going to be my kind of singer. I actually agree with the judges. It did seem like a little much. Here's the thing though. If there's any part of her that is leaning into that, like pushing that a bit, that doesn't come natural, but she thinks it's cool, so she's doing it more, she can dial that back. If it's totally natural, and that is what happens when she really feels it, then I think you just keep the faces. Because when it is natural, it's agreeable. Like you watch it and it's okay. And some people might be like, oh, that's weird, but the majority, it's going to be a net positive because the majority of people are going to receive the authenticity of those faces or of any type of style or mannerisms you do. I thought it was too much, and I love that stuff, so it tells me, it looks like, this could be true or not, it looks like she's putting it on a little bit and thinks it's cool and is pushing it, and I think it's cool too, but maybe it's just a little too much. That being said, that's an easy fix. I think the judges were making a big deal about that, and it made it sound like they were going to say no, and it's like, okay. Could you imagine if you were her and you got told no because of the faces you made? It's like, I could stop. Like, anyway, easy fix. I don't think that's going to be a problem. She's all the way bought in when she's singing, which draws us way in. I think she's a good singer. She has mixed voice, which is something you obtain. Some people don't. Some people just have it and they don't even know they have it. Carrie Underwood has said that she doesn't know what mixed voice is, doesn't do mixed voice. But you listen to her and the notes she hits, I'm like, that's mixed voice. It's just really strong, and you just got it naturally. So she has that. It's a little shallow, and I really just think she needs just more air support and push a lot harder than she thinks. From her gut, not from here. Most people think here when they push. And that'll make that tone bigger and stronger. It's something that a lot of singers don't understand, that the gas pedal's in your gut. I go over that in vocal foundations. And I think that would make a huge difference. She had some nice little runs. There was a run that she sang on Belong. That was clean. And then she did a really nice falsetto run. So she's got the goods and she's bought in. But there's something that's not all the way there for me with her voice, but she's great, and I think she should have got 3 yeses. Jameer. Yes, sir. Golly. Shoof. Jameer. Really rich tone. We got a lot of great soulful singers this year that have rich tone. His runs were so tasteful and clean and accurate and had pocket. The rhythm of them, they weren't rushed. Everything. And it felt like the tempo of this song was slower than the original. So it was like, if the original is, I lose control. If that was the tempo, it felt like he was like, I lose control, and let the run sit way back in the beat as well. And that will allow you to sing runs better and cleaner. But it takes a lot of discipline not to get too excited and get ahead of it. And every run was placed. Every note of every run was placed so well. He can do whatever he wants to do vocally, and he has a really good handle on his ability and talent and uses it really well. We have started this season of Idol Breakdown really well. We've gotten great views. One thing that's going to help this channel, a couple things. One thing, the easiest thing, the most non-committal thing, is hit the like button, the thumbs up button. And also, if you subscribe, that will also help because YouTube will be like, wow, people really dig this. So they'll show it to more people. So that would be awesome. Sophia.
I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive.
I like Sophia. I agree with Carrie that this isn't a song that is very, like it shouldn't be sweet to really tell the story or sad. There should be a little rage there. But the skill that she showed to make a song sad and sweet, I dug and I was excited about. I am excited about. She did a little chord change too that was kind of nice. So I think it goes, I remember what the chords were. I don't remember the song placement exactly, but typically the song goes like, maybe next time I'll think before he cheats. And she goes, maybe next time I'll think, which is really cool, before he cheats. So the fact that she can hear those things, tries them, and it's tasteful and it's nice, excites me. It means she's a musician. Then the judges say it's exercise time.
What the heck are you talking about?
It's exercise time.
And I'm like, oh geez, what are we about to do? And they go out and they start beating up this truck while she sings. It's actually pretty impressive that she can keep singing and like buy in and like walk and strut, sing the song, get the attitude, and then smack the headlight when she sings that line about smashing the headlights. And then I actually kind of fell in love with it. I usually make fun of judge bits, but this one was actually kind of cool. Maddie.
And you crossed the line when I pushed you away. How could you?
Love Maddie. Really cool, edgy, forward tone. But she opens up when she needs to. This is tone shifting, vowel shifting, specifically tone shifting. When you're coming to the front of the mass, very, and then, open up like that. It can add a lot of tone dynamics. It can be really, really nice. And she teaches a masterclass in that. A lot of times when people have that really nice forward, edgy tone like that, they start mumbling a lot and they kind of just stay there because it's good, and so they just stay there. But she doesn't. She goes forward, back, out wide. She does some really great stuff. I cover that stuff in vocal style, and it's just from listening to great singers like Maddie. And she can belt. She shows that off later, and when she got to the chorus, I was like, holy crap, she's an absolute full package. Carrie says, I love this. And this is the mentality that every Idol contestant should have, every musician should have, but especially everyone auditioning for American Idol. The question isn't, are you going to be successful? It's if we're going to be a part of it. I love that. And that's exactly what you need to think about. You need to believe, I'm going to be a big star. It just depends on if American Idol is going to be like a little point on my resume, like fun little trivia fact, or if it's going to be the driver. And I really think Carrie is going to be one of the best judges. Honestly, I could say one of the best judges we've ever on Idol. I think she's got great things to say. She cares about the contestants. She's obviously been there as a contestant, been there as a superstar, and has a lot of compassion, and I think Carrie is killing it. And then Ryan said something that was really good. He's like, you need to believe in yourself more. He goes, let today be the first day that you believe more. And that got me. I was like, oof. Let us all have days where we accomplish something and mark that day as the day we believe more. Maybe we still suffer with insecurity, but let that day lessen that suffering just a little bit. Maybe we lessen that burden, we lighten that load just a little bit. Every time you accomplish something, make that marker and have it be a day that you believe more. That's fire from Ryan Seacrest. Kalen.
My friends wonder what is wrong with me, but I'm in a daze.
We get Kalen for like 2 seconds. Sounds amazing. Has a little Carrie Underwood check gimmick thing. He sounds great, and then they all tell him no. I guess they just wanted to show us the funny Carrie Underwood thing, but hello, he sounded awesome. I don't know why he got the boot when others that were not even close to as good as he was got in this episode. John.
Don't all the dreams we've seen come true?
Brought in some Cajun food. Okay, so I'm born and raised in Nashville. I was surrounded by country music like this growing up, and I did not jump on the country bandwagon as a Nashvilleian little child growing up. I latched onto Al Green, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, that bandwagon. But you can't argue against really good singing. He's got that genuine old school classic country thing going, and he's doing it really, really well. His pitch is really impressive. Carrie says, be you in different genres. I love that, because a lot of times kids are like, all right, it's pop week, or it's this week, or it's Disney. How am I going to transform like a chameleon to be that? It's like, no. Bring in you, all of you, to that thing and show you just doing a different thing. One problem he did have that's an easy fix, but it's something to focus on, is at first it sounded like his guitar was out of tune, but when he would play it open, which means not a lot of fingers on the frets, it would be in tune. So that tells me that he's bending the strings a little bit when he puts his hands on the guitar. So how that works is if this is a G chord, which it is, that seems in tune to me. But if I take this ring finger right here and just bend it up, because I'm like just gripping it a little too hard. Hear that? Now it sounds like my guitar's out of tune, but it's not. I'm just bending that string when I grip the neck. He's doing that a little bit. Easy fix. He goes through. Is he going to be someone that storms American Idol and like rips through the competition? If I was betting, I'd say no. But you just can't argue with really good talent, and that's what John is. Nina.
Hiccups from belly laughing again. He's not my brother, he's my best friend.
Sings a song about a brother. Her brother got me. That was a really sweet, precious story. I'm glad she went in. I thought her accent and her tone was a little strong. There were a lot of good things going on in her voice and in her singing. She did have some pitch issues. I don't think she's quite ready yet. And I think she was the one that like didn't sing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's the one that didn't sing for anyone like ever. I hate when judges say this, but I think she needs a couple years, because all the things that were missing, the small things, are fixed with experience, but she has the things that cannot be taught, like musicality and emotion and telling the story and a really good tone and a really good voice. It's just the pitch things that really make a difference. It makes someone, the difference is her performance being a 7 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 of, oh my gosh, what an amazing singer. I think it's just a year or two of experience. Now, you can Goku Vegeta that thing and go to hyperbolic chamber and just sing like crazy all the time until Hollywood Week and get years of experience, in my opinion, in 2 or 3 or 4 months, and get with a vocal coach that really helps you focus on pitch. There are exercises to do to work on pitch. Also in my vocal foundations course. and can make a huge difference. I think that's all she's missing. I really liked her though, and I'm very glad she went through. Desmond.
These beautiful things that I've got, please stay.
Oh my gosh. Yo, Desmond. Desmond is my most interesting contestant, my most fascinating contestant of the show. Huge voice, really beautiful, like small, quiet, sweet voice as well. And he can do runs really well, but he's the first person of the season that is slaying complicated runs that are not soul or R&B. They're rock and pop, which is so cool. And I think he's at a huge advantage because there are a lot of singers who are really talented, have big ranges, have great tone, and can sing runs and have great control, and they all sing R&B. They all sing gospel. They all sing soul. They're all like that. Then you've got Desmond, who's just like, I'm just going to be a rocker with an amazing voice, but it's authentic to him. I don't think a soulful singer like Jamal, who's next, or Jameer could do the rock thing the way that Desmond can. This guy's super interesting, and he seems like a great guy. Tons of great personality. Very easy to fall in love with for America. I am really rooting for Desmond. Jamal Roberts.
And turn your head around.
Oh.
Do you love me, Mary Jane?
Oh. Speaking of soul, this guy is soulful. I love that he did a Rick James song. As soon as he's like, I'm doing a Rick James song, I was like, this guy knows something that I don't know. I don't know about Rick James like that. But when he said that, I was like, oh, he's like a real one. He's for real soulful. Whatever he's about to sing is like a deep cut, something that he loves deeply. It's not like a John Legend song that everybody knows. This guy has some history and depth in his musicality and his music listening world. And he crushed it. I mean, could do any run that he wanted to. It did come off churchy, and that's not a bad thing. But I really want, 90% of it was just soulful Rick James. This is soul running, not just, oh, look, a gospel church guy. But 10% was like, oh, look, a gospel church guy. And it's not bad, but we have a lot of it. And it's very common. Most guys with great monster voices that can sing runs do it in church. And that's how they apply it. And so immediately you think gospel. But Desmond has something different. And Jamal, I think, has something different too. For the most part, the runs that he was doing, the soulful stuff, was not gospel. It was actually true soul. Caroline.
Holy guacamole! Well, it ain't for me, so please, Jesus, hey, don't come for me.
Accent is thick. Thick, 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 thick. The song was hilarious. Please, Jesus, don't come for me. I want Jesus to come for me. Now, maybe it was like, don't come for me. Like, don't attack me, or don't come at me. But it's like, you want Jesus. If someone's going to come for you, you want it to be Jesus. So that was weird to me. Let's talk about Drew.
Dear Mitch, but I was too hurt to know.
Big Carrie Underwood fan. I thought the chorus and the belting parts of this audition were fire. Sounded like a superstar. Sounded like Kelly Clarkson. Sounded like, okay, she's ready to be the next Carrie Underwood, the next Kelly Clarkson, the next big giant star. When she first started in her verse, I was like, what are we listening to? A lot of whispering, a lot of, a lot of odd dynamics for me. I thought her falsetto, that they actually mentioned, they're like, that's the coolest like whispering tone voice thing ever. I wasn't a fan of it. I thought there was a little too much air in there. You can do falsetto a bunch of different ways, and it's pretty much how much air are you going to use. all the air in the world for a falsetto is like, it's like 95% air, 5% vocal, which is cool. And it feels like that's what she was doing, like to the max. And then there's squeaky, which is no air at all. Just like Robin Thicke, lost without you. Air would be lost without you. Both really cool. And then of course you just move the dial on how much air you want to use. For me, and it seems like the judges liked it, and if it's really authentic to her, she should not change this. But for me, is a little too much air. But again, her belting stuff, the chorus stuff, was fire. I love what Lionel said. He said, "You opened your mouth and showed us who you are." Boy, is that the goal. Man, and that's not just corny, like, wow, I can really see who you are when you sing, like your personality and da-da-da. No. You can sing really, really well and have, and I can watch someone sing really well and I can go, wow, that's a great singer. And then I can watch someone sing and be like, I feel like I know them so deeply and was invited into the depths of their soul and all the little intricacies of who they are and their personality and what they love and what they hate and what they've gone through in their life. That's the goal. And music has the power to do that. Art has the power to do that. And that's what she did. And Lionel said that so well. Sam.
Do I have to do to bring my soul to rest?
Sam was interesting to me. It sounded like a country song, but his voice sounded like kind of punk rock stuff. I loved the grit that he would really lean into, and he plays guitar well, and the song was good. I love when he said, "The preacher says I'm saved." That's a whole nother video about theology, but if you grew up in the South, grew up in the Bible Belt, or grew up in church, my story and many people's story is like they feel like they're missing something, but then they repeat the fancy words that the preacher says to repeat. And the preacher says, okay, you're saved. And they go, okay, I guess I'm saved. John Bellion has a song that says, the preacher tells me I've been saved, I'm fine. Then tell me why does my chest still hurt? Such a great depth of topic and discussion, but he says that in his song, and it's said really well. So he goes deep. There's stuff there. I thought his voice was fine. I'm just not a huge fan of it. We'll see what he does. We'll see as he moves forward. May.
But I was still missing one special piece. My father looked at me.
I really loved May. She had a very nice, gentle, soft voice. There's no pushing, which told me she was totally comfortable with what she offered vocally and didn't feel like she had to push to be something or show something that wasn't in her naturally. And she's like, yes, this is how I sing, and I sound like this, and here you go. I thought it was a little shaky at times. I don't think it was for Idol. I don't like how they said your only drawback is you're 15. That has to be the most frustrating thing to hear. Man, you're great, but the only problem is something that you absolutely cannot control and technically has nothing to do with your voice, which is the year you were born. I think they should have been a little more clear. I think they could. I know what they were trying to say. I think the only holdback is you're really young and I don't think your voice is quite developed yet and you need a little more experience. And I think once that stuff gets rock solid, we'd love to have you back. Instead of the only problem is you were born in 2010. Yeah, nailed it. Math. Lola.
Oh, the sky is finally opened. The rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again.
She sings a Casey Musgrave song. First she sings with her mom and aunt, who's super famous. And that was cool. Then she sang her own song, or her own audition, and it was a Casey Musgrave song. And it's one of the best country songs I've heard in like 10 years. It's just a smash, brilliant, beautiful song with a great melody. To me, she sounded a little shaky, and I don't think it was nerves. Of course it could be, and like, how could you say that? But everyone's dealing with nerves at some point. She had the advantage of singing with her family first and kind of seeing Carrie fangirl over her aunt and kind of get going before she kind of got like a run through before the judges were even really judging her. And then she got to sing her own song. But it still felt like she was nervous or I don't know, her voice was just shaky. If I was a judge, would not have sent her through because of the vocal talent and artistry that has come through so far. They all give her yeses. In my opinion, I don't think she is American Idol material as far as the voice goes, at least not right now. Freddie.
I hope that you loved him like his daughters did.
Last contestant of the show. Really cool, interesting tone. Real wide O's and just tall, like Paul Simon is what Luke said, which I think is a good comparison. And homie tells the story. And he's obviously very close to this story. The story is about the life of his father that had passed away, I think a year ago is what he said. And this is a great point that I think every singer should listen to. He told the story so well because he cared about the story more than he cared about the stakes of the competition and of the audition and of the performance. You have to get there as a singer or you're not going to perform to your best. You're not going to tell the story. You're not. It's when you care about the story being told in the song. It's when you care about this miracle of emotional connection that art can give us. You care about that the most. You make that paramount. Everything else takes care of itself. If you think in your head, man, I got to sing well. I got to do this right. You very well might sing well. It might sing great. But there's going to be a missing magical element that only comes when you care about the song and the story and the emotional connection more than the performance or how you do or what's at risk, what's at stake. And that's what Freddie does. I think his voice is good. I think his guitar playing is good. I think his songwriting is great. I think his tone is super interesting, and we could have a little artist on our hands. Because again, you don't need the best voice to be the best star or the best artist. Often the best artists aren't the best singers, and the best singers are their background singers. So there's something to it, more than just your voice, and he might have that thing. We will see. We'll see when he sings other songs, maybe that he wrote, maybe pop songs that he's arranging, and see how he does. All the courses that I reference, the vocal foundations course when I was talking about breathing and the right power and all the things that singers have to know if they want to sing with their best voice that many don't. That's in the description. And I talked about vocal style, like runs and stuff, and tone. I talk about that in one of the run courses, my Vocal Runs 1. That's also in the description. I'm here this week, so we have a live stream right after this if you're watching this as a premiere. If you're not watching this as a premiere and you want to next time, it's every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. We watch this as it premieres live on YouTube, and then we have a live Q&A after. Here's how Q&As work. If you are a member, you can ask a question and I will answer. If you are not a member, you can send a super chat and I will answer your question. If you want to be a member and get access to the Discord, and then of course ask as many questions as you want straight to me in the live Q&A, you can click the join button below this video. It's also on my channel. Next week we've got a double header, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a video release on Wednesday, and then the next one for Hollywood Week, first week of that, which I'm really pumped about, on Thursday. But if you only remember one thing, check yourself, because it is not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the one who is actually in the arena, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst fails while daring greatly. See you guys next week.